The day now, and let's see what the focus is. All right, this morning we're basically talking Heritage Day. As you know, it is Heritage Day on Monday, so we're heading into a long weekend. And as we do this, how are you planning to spend Heritage Day, and what does it mean to you when you think of heritage and where you come from? And is this a time that you celebrate? Do you think of your heritage? Do you celebrate your heritage? Let's talk Heritage Day and the joys of living in such a colorful country with so many different heritages and so many different cultures all together. Let's talk about it and perhaps share lessons to each other. So we're talking heritage, something a little bit lighter on this Friday. How are you planning on spending Heritage Day? And what does your heritage mean to you? We'd love to hear from you at Morning Live, SABC #Morning Live. All right, let's now move on to the big stories of the day. It's going to be a busy Friday, even though we are on the eve of a long weekend. It really is going to be a busy one. And this is going to kickstart us. And I think that this is happening at 10 o'clock this morning. President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to announce that stimulus package, which Cabinet hopes to reignite economic growth in the country. So please, that's a big one to look out for. The Human Rights Commission, in collaboration with the University of Johannesburg, will host a dialogue on the theme cyberbullying and rape culture at tertiary institutions. Parliament's Constitutional Review Committee will look at the oral presentations, public hearings and written submissions in the review process of Section 25 of the Constitution. Okay, those are the big stories to follow. And now let's take a look at the trending topics on Twitter. Zuma costs, that was a very big topic coming out yesterday. You heard it in the news. In fact, most of these are in our news. The North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria granting former President Jacob Zuma the right to personally intervene in the state capture litigation, and this ruling basically paving the way for him to seek to appeal against the 10 million rand personal cost order against him. So that's the Zuma cost explanation. Ajay Gupta is also trending. The reason for this is that he has accused former Deputy Finance Minister Mcebisi Jonas of lying about him at the State Capture Commission. Gupta says he can prove that he was at Oak Bay Sandton office at the time that Jonas claims to have met him in Saxon World. So you remember Jonas testified that he was offered bribes and a lot of money at the meeting by the Guptas, and he turned them down. And AJ, of course, at that time, he said, threatened to punch him. So this was a statement that was released on Thursday afternoon. The Guptas allege that Jonas is lying and might be working with a group of people to implicate him in wrongdoing. He submitted his response to Jonas on the 2nd of September, but he was only released to the Commission on Thursday. So that was the big news out of that. Then, of course, President Cyril Ramaphosa, that's all got to do with this massive plan to help boost the ailing economy, making that announcement at the Union buildings. I think a lot of people are looking forward to what the President and government has up its sleeve, I should say, to try and boost the economy. And then finally, Kanye. I was trying to figure out what was going on here and did a little bit. So Kanye West has now put out an entire series of tweets. Well, it's actually not tweets, it's on Instagram, videos, shouting at Drake apparently. So these are all aimed at Drake, and it all has to do with an alleged affair that Drake may have had with Kim Kardashian, his wife. Yeah, okay, so if that's going to rock your world, then so be it. But it is massive. In a series of Instagram videos taken somewhat inconveniently underneath a subway, West, who's apparently never heard of a direct message, broke his silence on rumors that Kim Kardashian, his wife, and Drake had an affair. Okay, so you go in and have a look at that. I'm not going to give more to you than that, but that's the reason that Kanye is trending. And believe me, it's a massive trending topic. So as soon as you open Twitter, that's all you're going to see this morning, if you haven't already seen it. And it's all over Instagram as well. So there you go. That's the spice for this Friday morning. Leave it to Kanye West to spice up our lives. You got to know that. Rob